platform for peace in Kurdistan campaign, dear
Neither the
Baroness.
Kurdistan Workers' Party nor its imprisoned leader Abdullah Öcalan should be automatically considered as terrorists, Baroness Kristen Blower has said. Baroness Blower is the co-convener of the UK's Freedom for Öcalan campaign, which is supported by multiple British trade unions. She is also a member of the UK's House of Lords. She condemned both the international community's ongoing silence in the faces of the indefinite detention of Mr. Öcalan by Turkish authorities and a de facto listing of the PKK as a terrorist organization at Turkey's behest.
But it's a stain on the international community that Abdullah Öcalan was first abducted, then tried on Imraleb for 22 years in completely inhumane conditions and contrary to international law. And as it is contrary to international law, we really must continue to make the case for the fact that things have to change.
Mr. Öcalan, the Mandela of the Middle East, has been held in isolation on the prison island Imralı in conditions amounting to torture for virtually all of the past 23 years, following his 1999 capture by Turkish authorities. Baroness Blower also lent her voice to growing calls to reconsider the international listing of the PKK, as the Kurdistan Workers' Party is known as a terrorist organization.
Those of us who are politically active know that the definition of terrorism is associated with people with whom governments and regimes simply have political differences. It's absolutely clear from everything that Abdullah Öcalan has been doing since he's been in prison. Attempting to sue for peace, being involved in negotiation, writing about what the way forward would be as a solution to the Kurdish question. It's absolutely demonstrable that he is not a terrorist in the terms that anyone might understand.
A landmark ruling in Belgium's highest court, the Court of Cassation, recently found that the PKK could not be considered as a terrorist organization, but instead as a legitimate participant in an internal armed conflict. The Belgian government has ignored the ruling of its own court. This decision paves the way for further challenges to the de facto listing of the PKK as a terrorist organization.
Words of Kurdish, Rojbash.
The campaign on delisting the PKK from the list of terrorist organizations continues. Dr. Thomas Phillips was interviewed by journalist Erem Kansoy. Dr. Phillips responded to Kansoy's questions on the Medya Haber TV's European Agenda program. He said the campaign to gather in signatures to remove the PKK from the list of proscribed terrorist organizations, it is a very important one for a number of reasons. He continued.
This campaign, first of all.
I think the campaign to gather signatories to remove the PKK from the list of proscribed terrorist organisations is a very important one for a number of reasons. There's really no way of questioning that if there is to be a solution to the Kurdish question, it's going to run through the prison island of Imrali. It's going to run through Mr. Öcalan. There's no way that anyone serious can really question that that's the case. So having the PKK as an organisation on the terrorist list and having Mr. Öcalan isolated on a prison island is part and parcel of the same problem. What we're doing is we're securitizing the whole issue, we're playing into that terrorism label, when what we really should be doing, or what Turkey really should be doing, is engaging with Mr. Öcalan and his legitimate grievances and his ideas for resolving this problem, engaging with him in negotiations, as has happened in the past. A few years ago, there was what could have been a fruitful discussion and a negotiation going on. Those things really urgently need to be returned to in order to catalyse that peaceful process, is to move away, as I say, from this paradigm of terrorism and security. So that would be what I would urge upon the European Union, the UN and all these other organisations and states.
Dr. Thomas Phillips.